Welcome, everyone, to the MDM Show. I am your hostess, along with my co-host and producer, Peter Schenk. Well, tonight we have a wonderful guest on with us tonight. We are very excited to have Tom Paladino on. Tom is going to talk to us about scalar energy healing. Yes, folks, scalar energy healing. We've got a lot to talk about. Let me just get started with telling you a little bit about Tom, and then we'll move to Peter, and we'll say hello to Peter, and we'll get this popping. So lots of energy coming your way. Be ready. Have your glasses of water ready, folks. You guys should know that by now to have water ready. So a little bit about Tom. Tom began his research with scalar energy, aka creative strength, during his undergraduate years. He was inspired by various scientists, especially Nikola Tesla, as to the existence of energy that was not on the electromagnetic spectrum. With his inspiration, he pursued a course of independent study in order to better understand and subsequently harness scalar energy. So I'm just going to give you that brief introduction about Tom. Of course, Tom is here and is going to tell us a little bit more about himself. But this is a great time, folks, to ask your questions. So let's get your questions going into the YouTube chat, and I will see them there. We'll get them on. We'll talk to Tom and Peter about them. Peter, how are you?
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the MDM Show. Tonight we got an amazing guest. Tom is going to talk to us ad nauseum about scalar energy and some of the really cool things he can do with it. Just before we kick that off, I just wanted to make a couple announcements tonight. 2 weeks ago, we offered 40% off Aquaware. We're doing that again for the next 3 days. So if you log into the website, coupon code is OFF40, off 40 for 40% off Aquaware. That's good for 72 hours after the show. Tonight we're going to be doing some cool activations. We're going to be doing a large-scale group activation with some children. I received a very heart-wrenching email from a woman I had a phone conversation with, and we'll get into that in a little bit. We're going to be doing a Source 4 activation on that. A little bit later in the show, I'm going to be showing you the almost completed 12th Project 4.0. I want to do a heart activation utilizing the group in that tonight. And then I'm going to talk a couple minutes about Navitas 4, which is coming sooner than you think. So, with that said, Tom, how are you?
I'm well, thank you, Peter, and a good evening to you.
So, 2 weeks ago we had Ken Rowland on. He was talking some really cool stuff about scalar energy. He demonstrated some, the Rest Shield product, which was really cool. Clearly, you've taken this stuff in a different direction. So, a couple basic questions like, where does scalar energy originate from, and describe its nature and how it relates to us in the universe?
Sure. I've always said that everybody's an expert in scalar energy. People don't realize that, but we all are very familiar with the energy. We work with it every moment of the day. Scalar energy is sunlight. It's starlight. Scalar energy comes from the stars of the universe, our sun. So scalar energy surrounds us. We simply haven't identified that fact. Scalar energy is in our everyday lives. We depend upon scalar energy. So it really is the backdrop of the universe, if you will. Scalar energy is that primal force in the universe. Some people call it chi or prana. The scientific name today is scalar energy, so we'll use that term throughout the course of our conversation.
So can you just tell a little bit about your background and how you kind of fell into this? Because, from what, our phone conversation and what we were talking about on the pre-show a few minutes ago is pretty amazing stuff.
It really is. I have a science background. After my collegiate studies, I decided I wanted to study scalar energy in depth. And sadly, it's not taught in academia today. So for the past 25 years, I've had to embark upon independent study. I met a inventor. His name was Hieronymus. I never met him, but I met his wife. And this woman, Sarah Hieronymus, essentially passed on, if you will, the oral tradition of scalar energy to me. And the reason I make that point, there really is no scalar energy textbook. All of this is groundbreaking research. And with the exception of a few masters that I would note as Nikola Tesla and Galen Hieronymus, you really can't find a bona fide scalar energy textbook out there. You really have to glean a lot of this from what I would call the oral tradition of scalar energy. With that said, it is indeed an emerging science. I've been at this for a good 30 years now, studying scalar energy, and I've gotten to the point where I can control it with instruments. That's the key. It's no longer theoretical, it's practical. I've developed scalar energy instruments that allow me to control this energy, and essentially I'm saying that I can do incredible things with a scalar energy instrument that you cannot accomplish with, say, an electrical device.
So we were talking about two different types of energy, scalar energy and electromagnetic energy. What are they and what's the difference between them?
Sure, it's very simple. All energy in the universe originates from our sun or the stars. All energy initiates as scalar energy. Scalar energy is a double helix. If you could compare it to two corkscrews side by side, that's what scalar energy is. It's a double helix. Well, scalar energy degrades into electricity and magnetism. So essentially, what we work with today, the electrical currents in our home, is really a subset of scalar energy. But fundamentally, when we address energy, all energy initiates as scalar energy. And that's really where I want my research simply to go to, and to really latch on to that concept. I want the world to work with this primal force, not with electricity and magnetism. That really is an inferior type of energy. It really is essentially a subset of scalar energy, and it's, in my estimation, it really does not offer the prospect that scalar energy does. So scalar energy, in a nutshell, is the initial energy of the universe, and it is to be much preferred to that of electricity.
So you stumbled into this, you've studied it for 25 or 30 years, right, and now you've alluded that you have built devices that can harness scalar energy and direct it. To right, what end do you use them for, and what are your plans with it?
I've come to the conclusion that all molecular forces obey scalar energy. That is, scalar energy as this primal force holds together matter. Now, with that statement, a scalar energy instrument then should be able to control molecular forms, and it does. My scalar energy instruments are calibrated towards pathogens, germs, such as viruses, bacteria, fungi. I now, with my scalar energy instruments, have developed a specific calibration in which I can easily break down the molecular structure of any pathogen. So with that said, my scalar energy instrument gives me full sway, gives me full and consummate control over germs, pathogens. Hence, all viruses, bacteria, and fungi can be destroyed, can be eradicated by this specific scalar energy instrument that I've calibrated. Now, if I can do that with a pathogen, if I can break apart a pathogen, then ultimately I should be able to take scalar energy and either assemble what we need or disassemble a pollutant or something that's harmful that we do not need. So where is this going? Well, as a litmus test, so to speak, I have this control, once again, this mastery over pathogens. And if I can do that, if I have that control over germs, pathogens, then I can extend that, I can extrapolate that to control of the physical universe. So what am I saying? Eventually, we will be able to understand and control scalar energy to the point where we can create every element on the periodic table. We will have mastery over the physical universe. We will be able to create, assemble, or disassemble what is harmful. Okay, so with that said, it's a consummate control over nature that we're on that path to having that complete control over physical forms.
Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. What is a pathogen? Give me an example.
Sure. A pathogen is an infectious agent that causes disease. Let's use the two examples. The HIV virus is considered to be the causative agent of AIDS, HIV infection, or the herpes virus is considered to be the causative agent, the virus that causes herpes. So a pathogen is an infectious agent that is the underlying cause of disease.
So you're telling everyone in the MDM show that you have developed technology that utilizes scalar energy to eradicate or break apart a pathogen. Is that done in a test tube? Is that done in animals? Can you use that on humans? Like what level are we talking about?
Sure, I can use that in a broad sense on any person or any animal. On any given day, I easily can treat, and I am treating 10,000, 20,000 people a day with scalar energy. And this process is now so refined, I've perfected it to the point that I can treat people around the world. So to answer your question, yes, I treat people as well as I treat pets, animals, even livestock. And with that said, with my instrument, and again, the way it's calibrated, I can easily eradicate pathogens, germs, from either people or pets. And I do so in a rather simple and painless fashion. So what I'm getting at is what I have developed will eventually be considered to be the cure for pathogenic disease. I have the means to cure pathogenic disease.
Okay, so let's assume that I've hung out with some strange women over the years and I am now the carrier of some foreign something I don't want in my body.
Yeah.
How does it go about you being the procurer of this technology, me being a patient? How would you interface with me? How does it work? What do I do?
Sure. The way I treat people, the way I administer scalar energy is by way of a photograph. Now, let me first say this. Scalar energy, once again, is not electricity. So the laws, the properties observed by scalar energy are different from that of electricity. All it takes for me to send energy to a person is I have to identify the person. And the way I identify that person is by way of their photograph. So all I would need is a photograph of a person to place that photograph inside my instrument, and then my instrument would send energy, identify that person, locate that person, and send scalar energy to that person, all by way of their photograph.
You see, that's pretty cool. Now, we started getting into a great conversation in the pre-show, and I want to kind of bring that out. And what we were talking about was when people utilize the water technology that I developed, it doesn't require a photograph.
Right.
Where your attention goes, your intention will go. And years ago when I developed, anyone could write a really pretty software program. Very few people can connect with the frequencies of a certain intent, and then trying to figure out how to put it in water took me a while, and it was via the quantum realm. So the algorithm and the engine in the software has gotten tighter and stronger over time, so that allows any user of the software to really focus the intent or whatever whatever the product line you're using into water anywhere, just by simply putting your attention on it. And this is kind of where you started explaining the use of a photograph, and I was kind of saying, well, why do you need a photograph to do that? Can you kind of elaborate on that a little bit, please?
Sure. Scalar energy does what you tell it to do. Anything that I introduce into my instrument, scalar energy will make an immediate connection with. Now, what I've observed with scalar energy, it transcends space and time. Hence, any object, any photograph, anything that I introduce into my scalar energy instrument serves as an immediate connection between my instrument and that person, or my instrument and that object. Now, with that said, I use photographs in order to treat people, to access people anywhere in the world. So my scalar energy instrument, again, is an intelligence, and that intelligence simply has to recognize something by way of a photograph in order to send it. So I would say that scalar energy will someday be considered to be the linchpin, will be the actually primal force, the animating principle behind all thought, all intention. That's what scalar energy is. It is intention. It is thought. It is prayer. So hence, my scalar energy instrument works on that level, works on that fine telepathic level. But as far as connecting with people, I still need their photograph on account of the fact that a scalar energy instrument has to interpret something before they send energy to that person. So if you will, a photograph is the interpretation, is the source of information, and with that information, then my scalar energy instrument can broadcast scalar energy to that person.
Okay, so let's play a little bit. I want to think outside the box on this. You have the ability to break down a pathogen in a body.
Yes.
Do you have the ability to create, say, nutrients within the body, something
Yes.
like a vitamin maybe the body needs?
Yes, yes. I do that on a regular basis. That's part of my 30-day protocol that I offer to people. Yes, I can assemble micronutrients inside the body. I even have a hormone therapy in which men and women will approach me, and I can respectively assemble male and female hormones inside the body.
How do you do that?
I actually take a photograph. Let's say I wanted to assemble testosterone. I actually take a photograph of testosterone and place it inside my instrument. And my instrument will scan that photograph of testosterone. And then with that informational input, my instrument then will start to assemble, will actually start to arrange the molecular formula for testosterone. So scalar energy, once again, is an intelligence. And my instrument does what I tell it to do. If I tell my instrument to assemble testosterone, it will do that.
That's
it's profound. It's profound, Peter. It's quite profound.
So if a total stranger comes to you and says, treat me, and not giving you any background, whether they have a pathogen or a vitamin deficiency, how do you treat something like that? How do you approach it?
I do not diagnose. First of all, I'm not a medical doctor. So what I do with my instrument is I calibrate my instrument to essentially broadcast a universal treatment. That is, I have standardized my treatments so that no matter who you are, no matter what your walk of life, I treat everybody identically. For instance, I have the ability to eradicate over 250,000 species of pathogens and parasites. And anybody who was to approach me, I would treat them identically. That is, it's a universal approach. It's a uniform approach, whereby all I need is a photograph of a person, and I would subject them to scalar energy, and I would be able to eradicate, potentially now, over 250,000 different species of pathogens. That is the same treatment that I use for everybody. There's no distinction. So scalar energy, again, does what you tell it to do, and I can program my instrument to eradicate germs in anybody, pathogens in anybody, and my approach is a universal approach. So the point is, I have essentially universal health care. Regardless of your station in life, every man, woman, and child on the planet can benefit from this. I can, now, this is my statement.
Instead of Obamacare, we can have Paladino care? I love it.
This is thank you. This is universal health care, and my statement is this: there are 7.2 billion people in the world. I could treat the entire human race, and I could eradicate potentially now over 250,000 species of pathogens in their body, potential species, and I could do that all by way of a photograph. Now, okay. This is safe. This is consummate universal health care. But all effectuated by way of a photograph.
But that opens up another door, right? Darwinism, if you will. So, let's talk Fukushima for a second, right? Apparently, there's a lot of radiation out there, and it's killing the plankton in the Pacific Ocean. And the plankton is the first stage of the food chain as we move up it, right? Now, if you were to eradicate, let's just say, a pathogen from everyone in the world, aren't you kind of imbalancing the natural way of things in the world?
I would have a profound effect upon the world. Let's face it. That's an understatement. Now, by eliminating microorganisms, by eradicating microorganisms from the human body, yes. It's going to have a profound effect. It's going to obviously improve the health of people around the world. Will that in some way diminish the spread of microorganisms? Of course it will. Of course it will.
I'm still trying to get my head around it. What is the instrument? Is it something you can show us, or can you talk about it? Is it big? Is it small?
It's, if I were to lay it out on a table on my workbench, it's approximately 8 feet long. And I actually show it on a few of my YouTube videos. I actually demonstrate at least part of the instrument. What I'm trying to show by a scalar energy instrument, it's a very simple process. This is an objective way of eradicating germs. It has nothing to do with my skill as an operator. So my point is, with these scalar energy instruments, even though they're quite sophisticated and technical, it really boils down to, if you have a functioning scalar energy instrument, you can control physical matter. And that's what I've done. I have mastery, I have consummate control over pathogens. That's the point I'm trying to drive home. So with that said, it's 8 feet long if it were to sit upon a workbench. I have custom built these. I believe I'm the only one in the world who's doing this presently.
That's pretty cool. I want to take a quick break, and I want to do a source for clearing.
Okay.
So everyone, I'd like everyone to get a glass of water. I received a email, and excuse me, but I'm just pulling it up here now. Okay, I received an email from Marley Chan, and you know, she says she's a huge fan of our work and she loves the MDM shows. She, you know, talks about how compassionate our team is in helping everybody. And there's some explicit material in the email that she did send, so I'm not going to go into that. But it's basically just doing a worldwide healing for children, and we'll just call them underprivileged, if you will. The material in the email is really explicit, and I don't want to get into it now. So I'm going to switch screens here. I'm going to share out my screen. I'm going to set up the source for, and basically, you know, if you know a child that has been let's just call it sexually abused in some way, we want to help heal that child and the perpetrator of that deed. We want to kind of help heal them so they can kind of move on to a better space. So again, the child and the perpetrator we want to work on here during this activation. So I'm going to switch over. Donna, can you see the source 4 show up? No, hang on a second. Oh. Yeah, there. Can you see it now? Okay, cool. So just quickly, Array 9 is really coming up strong on this one. Again, this has not been programmed for anything via the manual. We're just gonna roll with this one. So again, where your attention goes, the intention goes. Again, this is for victims of sexual abuse and helping their perpetrators. I'll count backwards, 3, 2, 1. You put your attention on the water, and you know how the source 4 works from there. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Where your attention goes, the intention goes. And again, this is for helping victims of sexual assault children and the perpetrators that did that. Okay, we're now nucleating the glass of water with that manifestation. Okay, if everyone can just go ahead and drink that water. Notice the taste and the texture of it. Sit back for a minute and then feel the light rays coming out of the body carrying that manifestation. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, so back to you, Tom. Where's the future of scalar energy going, and how's it going to make the world a better place?
Well, let's look at electricity, and it's quite a gift from God, and it really has helped to catapult mankind forward. My contention is scalar energy someday will replace electricity, and it will prove to be much more versatile than that electricity. One of the immediate benefits of scalar energy vis-a-vis that of electricity, scalar energy is essentially free. The stars produce it. You don't need a power plant for scalar energy. You need a power plant for electricity. My point is, the universe is our power plant. We do not have to produce scalar energy. All we have to do is catch it, in some way collect it. And once we do that, then we simply have essentially free energy for the world. Imagine what that will do. That will end the energy crisis. So scalar energy is free energy. We simply have to learn how to harness it, how to direct it, how to control it. Well, my scalar energy instruments are a step towards that direction. I am now controlling scalar energy. And to speak to that point, I am broadcasting scalar energy throughout the world. I frequently treat people in Europe, in Asia, in Africa. Well, I live in the United States. So scalar energy is a means of telecommunications, if you will. I frequently, again, broadcast energy around the world. I don't need a satellite to do that. I don't need telephone poles or substations. I don't need cables. I don't need any type of electrical outlet. Scalar energy allows me to broadcast energy anywhere in the world without an infrastructure, without a grid system. So where are we going with this? We're going to the stage that we eventually will have this perfect energy, this universal energy. Scalar energy does not cause any harm. It leaves no footprint. It's free energy. And it's energy that will essentially make obsolete so many of the antiquated technologies that we're using today.
So, I mean, I'm still trying to get my head around this. You're one guy that developed an amazing product that can wipe out pathogens, create nutrients in the body, and God knows what else you can dream up with that. I mean, are there other people working on this? I mean, there are companies that, like nanotechnology, right? Right. Really coming into fruition now. There's all kinds of products out there that are using some form of nanotechnology. Is there a company out there that's producing a product that uses scalar energy? Can it be quantified, measured by science?
Yes. Sadly, no, Peter. I know of nobody in the world that is producing any type of scalar energy instrument. There's only one man, a professor in Germany, Konstantin Mell. I understand he's worked with scalar energy and he has some type of scalar energy instruments. To what extent, I don't know. Other than that, I don't know anybody in the world who's conducting this research, or if they are, they haven't made it apparent to the public. It's sad. It really is sad. It offers mankind such great prospect, but so little is understood about this.
Okay, so this is kind of a groundbreaking show for us and for you. And in the pre-show, you kind of wanted to use this MDM show as the benchmark for the next 12 to 14 months out. Can you elaborate on that for us?
Sure. As we discussed prior to the show, I believe that what I have discovered is indeed the cure for pathogenic infection. Scalar energy allows me to easily break apart viruses, bacteria, and fungi. So with that statement, I have found the cure for viral, bacterial, and fungal disease. Hence, I can say without equivocation, what I have developed will be recognized soon, within the next year, as the cure for herpes, the cure for tuberculosis, the cure for AIDS, the cure for hepatitis, the cure for cholera, the cure for malaria. If you can eradicate the causative agents, the pathogens, the parasite that cause these diseases, if you can break down their molecular structure, then those pathogens, those parasites no longer exist. If the pathogen no longer exists, you have cured pathogenic disease. So eventually, and I would hopefully say, to prognosticate, within the next 12 months, within the next year, people will realize I have the cure for herpes. I have the cure for AIDS.
That's a pretty bold statement, and you know it takes that today to get there, because Lord knows I make bold statements all the time.
Yeah. I would not make that statement if I had not first witnessed it in my laboratory and substantiated it with clients, and then had the confidence in scalar energy. It's not my skill. This is not necessarily my person that's doing this. I have an energy instrument that allows me to control germs, pathogens. I can change the molecular structure of pathogens. Hence, my scalar energy instrument does what I tell it to do, just like a computer or a car or a toaster or a refrigerator. All of these instruments they have a specific function. Well, the function of my instrument immediately is to destroy germs. I do that. The world will realize what I have pretty soon, and when it does, then the floodgates should open.
All right, so what's the craziest experience that you've ever witnessed in your laboratory with this technology?
If I am working with my cell phone on my person and my scalar energy instrument is on, my cell phone will travel in time. That is, my cell phone will bring up messages that have been deleted.
That's pretty cool.
An electrical instrument.
You sure that's just not an iOS issue?
No, I don't think so. Because I've duplicated this with my television. My television has brought back channels, has brought back programming that has been defunct for years. And what I'm saying is, once either a cell phone or a TV or a radio enters into that scalar energy force field, you're traveling in time. And some of these devices have indeed brought back either channels or messages or voicemails that had been deleted years ago.
So that's pretty cool. So you're talking about within the scalar energy vortex reverse aging to some capacity.
Exactly. It's very simple. It is a vortex, well put. When the vortex moves in one specific direction, time moves forward. When you reverse that direction of a vortex, scalar energy, time moves backwards. In other words, scalar energy is the underlying cause of time. Time is a flow. It's a flow of time. And you can control it by scalar energy. Again, rotate a scalar wave in one direction, time moves forward. Reverse that direction and time moves back.
So, for instance, if we wanted to do like not that Donna needs this, but if we wanted to do like a scalar energy vortex facelift. Now, Donna, I'm not saying you need one. I'm just saying, because you're the only woman that we have access to right now, that would be a popular product, right?
I would say so.
Bathe in the vortex, and you know your face goes from this. Not you, Donna, specifically. I just targeted you because you're easy, but goes from that to that, right? I mean, so. How long would that take? A scalar vortex energy facelift. How long would that take?
Let me refer to this example. Dr. Hieronymus was probably the prominent scalar energy researcher, and I actually a lot of my work is dovetailed from what he's done. Apparently, Dr. Hieronymus developed a scalar energy instrument that was so powerful that it could levitate, and when it was levitating, experiencing an anti-gravity scalar energy force field, it opened up a time dimension. And he became so suspicious of it, if you will, that he refused to work with this instrument. Why? Because he could not control that time dimension. So my point is this. Once you start working with scalar energy, you really are starting to open up this time dimension. And I don't know if I would have complete and consummate control over that time dimension. Do I think time travel is possible? Yes. It's not only possible, it happens all the time. Scalar energy is our portal, if you will, to the future. Scalar energy is our portal to immortality. With that said, I believe there is indeed a heaven, and in heaven you only find scalar energy. And that's why you are immortal in heaven. You cannot die. So there really is a great deal of science, but a great deal of spirituality behind all of this. And it really shows that the universe really is unified. Scalar energy is that unifying principle. So to answer your point, yes, I believe time travel is not only possible, it has happened. and it is indeed happening on an ongoing basis.
I would agree with that, because in my world, when I work with people, I see the realities that rage around them all the time, and there's an infinite configuration of those realities that happen around us all the time. But then again, there's people that would argue, to your point, that time doesn't exist. They would say something to the effect that humans invented time so we could gauge, as we move through it. Anyways, I mean, there's a lot more in that area, but I want to kind of just take a quick break here. Donna, do we have any questions for Tom or myself?
Hi, folks. We do. We've got some questions here, and let me start with Chico, Pat Chico, or Chico Pat. First of all, one of the first questions he wanted to know, Chico wanted to know, is this kind of like Royal Rifles? Is it right? Right approach. Tom, do you know that person?
Yes. Royal Rife, in my estimation, was a brilliant man. He was using electromagnetic energy. I don't believe he was using scalar energy. What Royal Rife developed was an energy instrument that could target a pathogen and then essentially break apart or subject that pathogen to a specific frequency that would compromise its molecular structure, its molecular integrity. Rife was very successful in his day. The only difference that I could really say between both of us is, again, I think he was using electromagnetic energy. I'm using scalar energy exclusively. That is, I don't believe Rife was using a scalar energy instrument.
Okay.
Good point.
Awesome. So the other question, and Chico, I hope that helped. The other question, Chico also wanted to know, Tom, could you use a picture of the planet and all of us at once? Can you use a picture of the planet and all of us at once? How much money would you need for that? But I think really what Tom is saying, can we just take a picture of the Earth? And then Chico, of course, get in the chat and let us know. Can we take a picture of the Earth and scan the Earth? Or do you need like the face recognition type thing?
You need a face recognition. In other words, in order for me to treat a person, I need some part of their skin, either a hand or their face, photographed. Now, I have, in many ways, in a symbolic fashion, but also with intention in mind, I have treated the Earth. I've taken a satellite photograph of the Earth and I've treated it with my scalar energy instrument. But that's too broad. In order for scalar energy to work, you actually need a photograph of some part of the skin of a person. Now, that's not really that much of a drawback. Why? Well, eventually we could assemble people in a football stadium or in an auditorium, and we could say, all right, if you want to be treated with scalar energy, simply situate yourself, sit down, and we're going to take a group photograph. And you can imagine a football stadium or a baseball stadium, you could easily take a photograph of 10,000 people in one snapshot. So by virtue of that fact, we could easily treat 10,000 people in a photograph. Again, all I need is a photograph of some part of their hand or their face. So where's this going? Well, Donna, eventually the day is coming when I will be able to treat 1 million, 2 million people a day easily, because all I will be group photographs of people around the world. And with that said, I will be able to eradicate the pathogens in their body to the order of 1 million, 2 million people, maybe 5 million people a day.
See, this is a part that I personally get confused with, because I'm having a problem wrapping my head around that. Let's assume you could take a picture of 2 million people. I'm still missing the link between, you're talking really no facial recognition if you could even get a camera to show that wide of an angle of 2 million people. So it almost negates exactly what you're saying and why you need the photograph in the first place.
It would be a series of photographs, Peter. I'm saying if you were to present me on any given day, say 100,000 photographs, a stack of photographs of people, and some of those are group photographs.
Okay, so no 2 million people in a particular. Okay, gotcha.
Exactly. Literally, provide me a stack of photographs, 100,000 or 200,000 photographs a day, and many of those are group photographs. Then potentially I could treat 1 million people a day, perhaps 2 million people a day. So yes, you do need a photograph of the person, some part of their skin, but from that point forward, it's pretty simple. What would you rather do? Carry an infectious agent in your body, or have it eradicated, and all you need is a photograph to submit to me to eradicate that infectious agent? So eventually this is a world scale project. Obviously I cannot run around the world taking photographs of every village and town in the world. But that's the fun of it. It's the next platform that I'm looking at, Peter, is going to be called Heal the World. Heal the World, as the name implies.
We need naked photographs of women, I think, to help them in that capacity, but that's just me. What are you laughing at?
We talked about this.
Oh, we're live, aren't we? Oops, sorry. I'm sorry, Tom, continue.
Okay, so the next platform, as I've mentioned, is Heal the World, and I really need to elicit the help of everybody around the world. Obviously, I can't be in 187 countries simultaneously, so the people of the world will essentially submit to some centralized location photographs of people who want to be treated. I could easily see that we will be downloading 100, 200,000 photographs a day. And with that said, we'll be able to treat millions of people by way of scalar energy and eradicate the pathogens in their body.
Is it does a digital image suffice?
That's fine, yeah. That's fine. But people email me photographs all day long, so any type of email JPEG photograph is fine.
Okay.
So we've got some more questions.
Okay.
How does this, Dennis Smith wants to know, how does this compare to the cyber scan?
Okay. I've heard of the instrument, a cyber scan. I cannot say I'm fluent in it, so I cannot make any comparison. I will say this. My instruments are unique. I don't sell my instruments. They're custom built. So I really can't compare my instrument vis-a-vis any other instrument.
Okay, that's fair. And now B1 wants to know, Tom, could this process help me overcome my many stress-induced food and chemical intolerances?
Maybe. When I work with people and I broadcast scalar energy, there's a chakra balancing that's incorporated with every treatment. Scalar energy automatically, if you will, coincidentally perhaps, balances the chakras. Now, when that happens, it helps some people with emotional issues, with food allergic responses, with what I would consider hormonal imbalance. It is a general scalar energy chakra balancing, and it does seem to have an effect, or at least serves to palliate some of those conditions.
Awesome.
Don, I want to hold off on the questions, and I want to jump into doing a little tech demo of the new 12th Project 4.0.
Okay.
I'm just going to switch screens here. So everyone listening on the call, we're going to do a live demo of the new 12th Project 4.0. So if you would, go ahead and get a glass of water. I think we're going to play around with the heart chakra on this one. Okay, again, folks, this is the new 12th Project 4.0. This one I've been rewriting. Actually, this is a complete rewrite from the ground up. This one I've taken, the 19 modules and put them all into one now. So if you're used to this line of software, we have all the social media stuff here, the instructions, it's the community, the website, all the pages will be up when the product is 100% ready to go. Here we have the virtual 12. I'm not going to get into this part of it, but what I want to do is concentrate on the physical 7. And prosthetically, the software is pretty much complete. Internally, there's still a lot more tweaking I have to do with the engine. So again, I'd like feedback. You can post it on the YouTube channel. or you can put it on the Facebook or send me an email of this demonstration tonight. So I think we're going to do the heart opening, the heart chakra on this one. We're going to clean it out, and then we're going to fill it back up. It all happens with a glass of water. Where your attention goes, the intention goes. There is no more separation of water preparation, user preparation, and then nucleating the intent. In this particular version, it all runs simultaneously, boom, 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 one right after another. So again, want everyone to get that glass of water ready. I'll count backwards, 3, 2, 1. You just put your attention on the glass of water, and I will explain exactly what's happening through the process. So again, we're doing the heart chakra. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We are water prepping the water. We are removing the memories and the energy and the structure from the water, returning it to a pristine state. We're now injecting it with user preparation. We are creating a thin veil that goes straight to the subconscious mind and opens it up for acceptance. Now we are nucleating that water with the heart chakra. This part runs for 18.1 seconds. Okay, I'd like everyone to go ahead and drink as much as you want. Notice the taste and the texture of the water, and then let me know if you want to shout out in the chat what it's doing to you. What did you think of that one, Donna? Top?
Powerful one, as usual.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Water is a wonderful capacitor, a storage of scalar energy. That's one of the characteristics that I've observed with scalar energy. It has incredible impact upon water. Dr. Emoto demonstrated that.
I found that water is the best medium to carry intention, and it's also the most programmable material. And when you use high vibrational frequency against water, I mean, you can really produce miracles in it. And I've had a lot of success over the last month, since I've been doing this type of work. Helping people. Obviously, Aquaware is each product line is different from the one prior to it, but it's all good. Okay, so questions, Donna. Do we have any more kicking around?
Yeah. So there's a question. Folks wanting to know. So using Scalar energy and Aquaware, what would that bring about as far as especially you, Tom, you're talking about changing the world. So if you use both of these in conjunction together, what do you think that would produce? Because the water has such, great programming power.
Of course. Any scalar energy instrument can impart a profound informational energy upon water. So whether it's your product, Aquaware, or any type of product that uses water, as Peter said, water is easily programmable. Water indeed does incur, if you will, I should say, that informational input, and it's quite profound. There's no mistake that our bodies are 69, 70% water. Our bodies are natural capacitors of scalar energy. We are bombarded by the star energy, sunlight, all day long. So we are incorporating scalar energy within our bodies. I've said that repeatedly, that everybody is a carrier, a scalar energy light being, if you will. And the water inside our bodies is the perfect reservoir, the perfect battery that accepts that energy. So anything, what you're doing with Modern Day Mystic, or any approach to using intent, projecting intent into water, is profound. This gives credence to holy water. A lot of people over the years, over the centuries, have used holy water. That's a blessing imparted into water, and that water carries the blessing.
Very well put. I don't have much to add on top of that.
Yeah. If you ever heard of there's a shrine, it's called Lourdes, France, and apparently, I visited Lourdes. Apparently, the waters have a mystical property about them. Well, that's quite appropriate. You know, if God wishes to impart a blessing upon water, water's obviously abundant in the world. It's a natural capacitor, storage, if you will, capacity for scalar energy. And with that said, that water has intelligence now. It has a blessing upon it. And with that holy water, that blessed water, you can do incredible things. It does indeed carry information. So water is a perfect capacitor, if you will, once again, of scalar energy. And as such, you've downloaded it. As you've said, Peter, you've programmed water. And very much, it's if you will, it's like a computer inside your water cup. That's what you have.
It's interesting you mentioned Lourdes in France. I was there in 2010, June 2010, and you know, there were thousands of people, you know, lined up to go in and get bathed, and it was amazing to me how polluted that water was energetically. It actually blew my mind, and I leaned my hands on up the side of the church where the water was creeping out, and I worked on it for a while, and you know, I go back mentally once in a while to check on it, and it has been coming back from the spot in which I found it, not because of what I did, but because part of my intent into that water was to raise the vibration of everyone going through it. So if you were to intuitively look at the water back in 2010 and look at it now, it has definitely increased energetically, and probably to some scale, the people that are actually getting healed are probably seeing more radical changes than at any time, you know, since it started degrading. And honestly, I don't know how long that was. That's an amazing place, though. Absolutely beautiful. And the town is just gorgeous. I mean, the vibration there is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it really is. It's heavenly in many ways. It really is.
So back to you, Tom. Where, you know, I'm still trying to get my mind around all this, but you know, one year you kind of made a prediction where you're going to be. How's the world going to be different utilizing scalar technology in 5 and 10 years? I mean, if this, what you're doing, blows open the door,
yes,
to what are people going to do with it?
Right, and that's appropriate, Peter. We need to initiate.
Importantly, how have people used it in the past? Because there's a whole history on the planet that we're just not told.
Right. Nikola Tesla developed scalar energy instruments, and I believe many of those instruments have never seen the light of day. I think upon Tesla's death, the U.S. government not only seized his notes, but also some of his inventions. Anyway, the long and short of it is, again, I don't think many people are experimenting with scalar energy. I don't think anybody has developed any scalar energy instrument that can easily control and harness this energy. Well, if my goal is on the horizon, in which I can introduce the cure for pathogenic disease within the next year, then the world will wake up. The world will say, well, there's a great deal of merit in this, and then the world will take it the next step. First, people have to believe in something. They have to see something. They have to see the benefits, and they have to realize the benefits. If indeed I can cure the world of AIDS and herpes and tuberculosis and malaria, then the world will wake up. The world has just not understood what scalar energy has to offer, but if the world sees that, if I can prove to the world that scalar energy is the cure for pathogenic disease, then the world can get on board and we'll take it to the next step. And in 5 or 10 years, scalar energy will rule the world. Scalar energy will replace so many technologies. So many technologies will be made functionally obsolete by the advent of scalar energy.
So your machine, you alluded to, some 8 feet long, right? To me, that almost sounds like where the PC was, you know, 30 years ago.
Exactly. I try and miniaturize everything over the years. Will I miniaturize my instruments? I'm sure I will. And that's a good analogy. You know, let's face it, the computers, when they first came out, we understood very little about them. We saw the prospect, but it took years, and a lot of people who had to dedicate a great deal of time, talent, and treasure to bringing that industry, to bringing that science to the attention of mankind. Now it's widespread. That's a great analogy. I like that.
So let's assume for a second that a big tech company came to you and said, we want to work with you on this. We want to bring it out in the world. We want to make it more viable in any application.
Right.
Would you do it?
I would. If they were sincere, yes. I welcome anybody to help me. And I wish that would happen. I will have to say that they would have to be very open-minded, and they would have to be willing to realize that once you cross the Rubicon, so to speak, there's no turning back. Scalar energy is going to be the new way of living. And with that, it's going to make obsolete some of those monopolies. Now, with that said, there's some corporations and there's some enterprises out there that will be intimidated by this. This technology will make obsolete the modern day technology that we're using today. So it's a double-edged sword to some people.
But in reference to what you're doing, you just almost put your foot in your mouth, because you had to physically develop a machine to capture and harness and project it.
Right.
So, bring that full circle to what you just said and explain yourself.
Yeah. With my instrument, it's taken me years to perfect this and to understand this. Do I need help getting this out to the world? Of course I do. I'm only one man. This is an emerging science, and with any emerging science, you need a lot of people to help you. I welcome the participation of people or corporations or government, but that's not been forthcoming yet. And again, I have to say, this technology will serve to make obsolete much of the economic structure that we see today. Much of the technology that we have today is that of electromagnetic technology. Scalar energy will make obsolete so many industries. It's going to be a game changer. And with that said, it might necessarily not have the appeal to many corporations.
Okay, here's a curveball for you. I just got done reading a book called 1 Second After. And the gist of it is some terrorists send up some nukes that create these massive EMPs that wipe out the electrical grid.
Right.
Within, I don't know, the scale of the book is 1 year. It killed, I think, almost 90% of the U.S. population, 270 some odd million people. Would an EMP affect your instrument?
No, it would not, because electromagnetic energy does not override, does not in any way impinge upon scalar energy. Scalar energy is impervious to electromagnetic energy, even a pulsation of EMP pulsation. So that's a good question. My scalar energy instrument would be impervious to any type of electromagnetic energy.
So there are no electric circuits, nothing that would get fried by an EMP.
That's correct. That's correct.
So then you're utilizing geometry with shapes to...
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
that's the whole key. Thank you. Scalar energy is a double helix, and the double helix is in configuration a phi spiral, PHI, a phi spiral. So it all really boils down to the sacred geometry of phi, PHI. Yes, good point.
So you're using a perfect 3.14 yada 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 somewhere in the perfection of what you're doing?
Yeah, if we use that transcendent number phi, PHI 1.618, that's the key mathematical value. Yes, that's it. Once you understand that, that really sets up the Fibonacci sequence, and that's what scalar energy is.
That's found everywhere.
Yes, it is, and that's why this is the universal energy. Scalar energy is responsible for that character throughout the universe. That is, if scalar energy, the double helix, is of the ratio 1.618, what do I mean by that? There is a major and a minor groove to all scalar energy waves. The major groove is 1.618 times the length of the minor groove. So we see that mathematical value now imparted throughout the world, whether it's in a flower or in the generation of sheep from one generation to another, or in the anatomy of the hand. 1.618 finds its way into every aspect of our lives. All of nature has that value, 1.618 phi, incorporated into it. Why? Because scalar energy imparted that intelligence. Scalar energy is the cause of 1.618. Scalar energy is the cause of phi. That's why the Fibonacci sequence is found throughout the universe. The cause, the underlying fundament, is scalar energy.
That's cool. That's amazing. Hey, I wanna ask you to do a favor for somebody. And Donna, if you could at some point reach out or have someone that's suffering from something on the show tonight reach out to you. I want to have you, and if you're okay with this, Tom, at some point I want to have this person reach out to you, and I want you to work with them, and as they progress through whatever healing modality that you can provide for them, I want to track their progress on the show week to week.
Okay.
And again, you know, when you're running the world in 14 months, you can say, hey, it all started on the MDM show.
Okay. Why don't we do that? We'll isolate one individual. I'll take their photograph, and let's just monitor their progress over the next 2 to 3 months. Sure.
Okay, so let's do it this way, guys, if you don't mind. How about this? How about we get people, folks, here's what you got to do. You got to upload your picture to the MDM Show in Facebook. So if you haven't liked the Facebook page for Modern Day Mystic, you need to do that now, number one. Number two, post your picture on the Modern Day Mystic fan page or community page so I can grab a picture real quick. And then also, while I'm saying that, I want to say something directly to Jackie. Jackie is saying, she says, I want to get in. I am doing both. Love both of you guys. But Jackie, you're already in the chat, so just so you guys know, you're already in the chat if you're watching the show. Put your questions in YouTube. I'm looking right now at all the questions. So if you guys have a question.
Not really. You're looking at me.
Huh?
You're looking at me and Tom. You're not looking at
Look, when I do this, I'm looking at y'all. I'm looking at YouTube.
Oh, my God. What am I going to do with you?
All right, folks, get your questions. Like page, hurry, upload your pictures. I'm getting ready to go to Facebook to see who has posted their picture so I can grab one. Okay. Like the page, folks, if you haven't already.
I've got a mind bender for people. I have been working feverishly on Navitus 4, which is clearly a free product from the website, an MDM. Navitus 4 is all about high energy. I've taken the original Aquaware 4 engine, clearly, you know, have improved upon it over the last 10 months, and Navitus 4 is now going to be sporting the latest version of that, and it'll probably be up on the website within 3 days. So I want a lot of feedback about this product because this is going to set the stage for Aquaware 5, which will be coming out sometime first or second quarter next year. Aquaware 5 is is going to be unlike anything you've ever seen before. Anyways, Navitus 4 will be ready, free download. It'll be up on the website within 3 days. So, okay, back to you, Tom. How can people get a hold of you? Where are you at in the world?
The best way is through the website, selfhealgo.com. Visit the website, take a look at it. If that resonates with you, you can send me an email or drop us a line. There's phone numbers on that website. The key is do your research first. Look into scalar energy. My website has 300 articles that I've written on the subject. With that said, I think that would be your best start.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Donna, do we have any more questions going on? Donna?
Sorry, folks. Mine was muted. Let me go back and chat. It looks like people are posting to your page. Let's give them another minute to bring in their pictures.
Okay. I'm having fun. I want to do another activation. I want to grab someone out of the audience tonight.
Okay, so let's do both the scalar and the activation, but you guys, you got to go to the Facebook page and like the page first before I pull them off. I think that's fair. So Jackie, Tom is saying, hi Tom, it's Jackie. We just spoke night before last on Christine's show, so fabulous. I want to get on this show, but I don't know how. Okay, I've already told Jackie how to get on the show because you're on the show. Just ask your question. So, but she wants to give you that compliment. Tony K, wow, energy is running through my body and I feel good and smiling and happy. Hey, is this legal? LOL.
You know, can you produce THC from
Colorado? You could. Just kidding.
There you go.
Tony, let's see. What else did I saw? Oh, Jackie also says Source 4 rocks, Navitus rocks, Aquaware is the bomb. So is Scalar Energy, and Tom has tools just like the before mentioned to bring Scalar to us on several layers. Please, I want to get into this conversation. Jackie, have you figured out just to like type your question? Because you're in the conversation.
You know what? Let's put Jackie on the show live. Okay, so I'm going to give her a quick phone number to call, and she can call, and we'll put her on speaker, and she can ask her questions. So Jackie, the number, or actually, yeah, so the number you want to call is 203-456-8155. Again, it's 203-456-8155.
Now, for the rest of y'all who call in and say, hi, I'm Jackie.
You don't want to do that to me.
Don't even know that. So let's give her 30 seconds to catch up.
We're going to have Tom do something with nutrients in your body.
Yeah, so you got to give her 30 seconds to hear that comment. So let me go back in the chat and read while the internet catches up to that. She probably just got the phone number. Okay. Scalar is pure and free from environmental and even thought. Not sure what that question, what she's saying.
Let's paraphrase that. Scalar energy is pure energy that leaves no footprint. There's no environmental degradation.
Hang on a second. Hello? This is gourmet Chinese food? Hello? Hi, is this Jackie? Oh. Wait.
Everybody has to mute their microphone.
Right.
Tom, mute.
Yep, okay. Can you guys mute your computer, please?
Yeah.
Hey, Jackie, this is Peter. How are you? You're live on the show?
Yes,
No, you have to.
Okay.
Yep, you have to walk. You have to walk away from your computer, please.
I gotta turn off the TV because it's all connected.
Yeah, all right there, perfect. Okay, you're live. This is Peter, Tom, and Donna. What can we do for you?
Well, I thought it was a Chinese restaurant. I'm getting hungry.
I know, but I'm getting hungry now, so let's hurry up. Go ahead.
All I can say is I'm so stoked to see that you have Tom on your show tonight because I'm using all your products, Peter, and I'm loving it. I mean, I've gone to the point of probably overdoing it, and I've been like a kid, but you really shouldn't say that anymore because it's you can act like a kid and then really like I got a little dizzy one day.
I never paid this woman, folks. She's all genuine. So yeah, go ahead. What can me and Tom help you with?
Well, I just want to plug in that Scalar Energy I've been feeling it ever since I talked to Tom 2 days ago. Tom, you didn't need my picture because it's been off the charts, and between the two, the water and the scalar energy, my vibration is so beautiful and so, I can't even tell you how happy I am. I mean, it's just, I want everybody to know about this.
Well, that's what we're trying to do. I mean, that's our mission statement. Get it out in the world. You know, people.
It seems like you both have such brilliant minds, and you've created these instruments that can channel this to us on a daily. I mean, on a daily basis, and on a very real, normal, everyday life. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm just over the moon for both of you.
Well, you know, Jackie, it's interesting because everyone that we have on the show has had some type of wake-up experience at some point in their life. Like, I come from an engineering background. Tom comes from an educated background. And, you know, at some point you turn away from it for this kind of like a higher calling, if you will, and you get endowed with these absolutely brilliant ideas, and you can build products and get them out in the world. And you know, that's the MDM calling card. I mean, and not only what I do, but that's why we do the show. And believe me and Don have put an incredible amount of work, and then there's a whole support structure that you don't know about that goes into making this all real. I mean, it's a daunting schedule. You know, every Sunday night I give up 3-4 hours to bring on these beautiful speakers and talk about what they do. Tom, do you want to unmute?
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. Tom, do you have any questions for Jackie?
Jackie, your intention is really the link to your heightened state. I will say this without equivocation. Everybody has a heart, and their heart is an incredible scalar energy instrument. The heart, the human heart, first of all, the circadian rhythm is decided by scalar energy. Our heartbeat is really a function of scalar energy. And any type of emotion, any type of desire that you have, any type of heartfelt emotion is really a broadcast of scalar energy. You could say the same thing about the mind. The mind is not quite the scalar energy instrument as that of the heart, but nonetheless, everybody has a heart and everybody has a brain. And what you're doing is you're putting your heart and your mind to good use. And this is why you have this elevated state. And good for you. And a lot of people are following that course of action. You really make it or break it in life, and we create the world that we ask for. Well, this is the world that you're creating, Jackie. You have a good intention. Your heart is in the right place, and you're thinking pure, good, decent, positive, holy thoughts. You have made your scalar energy cocoon, so to speak. You have made yourself a broadcaster, a beacon of scalar energy. And I give you all the credit in the world because you have done that. You have activated that. Everybody has that potential, but you've taken it to that level that some people sadly do not, they don't dwell there. You're obviously dwelling there.
Well, I can't even imagine what it would feel like to have scalar energy, you know, hitting me on the head if I feel like this already. I mean, really, I'm like, I could offend, right?
Does that mean I'd have to hang up my bottle of tequila, Donna?
No, don't put the tequila away.
All right.
The world is such a beautiful place, and we have so many wonderful gifts here, and
yes, we do.
To live in the world from this perspective and this point of view, with both of your wonderful, incredible, genius products and the things, the tools that you've given us to live this life, you know, you've turned my whole life around, both of you. I mean, it's really awesome.
Good. Now pass it on, Don. Pass it on, please. What Donna and Peter are doing, pass it on.
And I didn't even have a computer that would run it. So I finally decided I better get my money back, and I did that. And then it came up again, and I'm like, I got to have it. I just got to have it. And so I still didn't have a computer that would run it, but I decided I was just going to hold it in my email until I got one. And within 30 days, I had a freaking computer that would run it, and it's just been amazing the things that I have actually created in my life as a result.
That's what it's all about. Tom, was just articulating, just get it out in the world. Tell people about what you've experienced. I tell my
friends, if they come to my house, you might be drinking the Kool-Aid because it's all programmed. All the water in my house, and they come more often now.
All right, thank you, Jackie. We got to take a couple more questions now. Thank you for all your great words. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thanks, Jackie.
Okay, Donna, what do we got?
Okay. So you know what? I want to bring Patty on. Tom, do you need to have a picture of Patty Cotton?
In order for me to treat somebody, yes. So as we said, let's select one individual and. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, let me take a photograph right now. Bear with me.
Oh, wait, are we actually going to do this live now, or is this something you're going to do?
Do it live.
I'm going to do this. I don't have my instrument on right now, but I just took Patty's photograph. Fair enough. I will treat Patty for the next month.
Awesome.
Patty, what am I predicting? You are going to be pathogen-free. You're going to be germ-free. You're going to have your chakras balanced, and I will assemble nutrients inside your body. Over 275 nutrients will be assembled in your body on a daily basis. You will be a new person, so to speak. We are going to work on you soul, mind, and body. That's the whole point of scalar energy. It's not isolated to germs, to pathogens. That's just one of the things I can do. Many people tell me that when I work with people, their chakras are indeed balanced, they're harmonized, and they're happier. Well, that means a lot. Mental health, psychological health is very important. So I promise you, I will get on this first thing tomorrow morning, and you will be engulfed, flooded with scalar energy starting tomorrow morning.
Yay! I'm excited. I am excited for Patty.
Patty, yes.
And
it's really cool of Tom offering that up. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I want to do something. I want to help somebody now. So there's two ways we can do this. They can call the phone number, and we'll do a source 4 activation on them. So again,
wait. So Peter, we got to get folks liking the MDM, and so I can pick another person. Okay.
Say that one more time.
I want someone to put their picture up on the MDM page that is in Facebook, folks, just like Patty did, so Peter can work on you. I think that's fair.
No, I want to do it live. I want them to call. Okay. These calls are fun. If you do call this number, please make sure you have walked away from your computer or whatever you're watching the show on so we don't get feedback. I'm going to take a caller. We're going to do a live source 4 activation. So if you want to manifest something in your life, you're working with, with me creating the product. I'm going to do a quick customization in the source 4, and we're going to rock it together. You'll need a glass of water. So first person that calls with that number again is 203-456-8155. There's a 30-second delay, so off to the races we go.
Right, and then we'll need to mute our mics. Tom, you and I need to mute.
Okay, I will mute right now.
Oh my God, it's like a morgue on the phone, really.
Well, you know what, Peter?
Work with me.
Someone is going to call in, but remember, it takes 30 seconds for the internet to catch up to them.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying.
But this is a good time for you to talk about. Let's do our 40% off.
Right. That'll have to. We got an order.
Order up.
Hi, this is Peter. You're live on the MDM Show.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, who's this?
Oh my God, this is so awesome. So yeah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm excellent. Now.
You are?
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Talk to me. What's
I
up?
turned down the computer. Yeah, I shut the computer down so there's no, problems.
Okay.
So yeah, there's some serious stuff I want to manifest.
Okay, what are we doing?
Career, job, some health stuff with my knee, divine mission, divine path, divine love. Is that too much to ask for? I don't think so.
You can ask for whatever you want, but it's important that you have the manifestation very, very clear in your head.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so a total, complete, happy life. Living in the flow, living in synchronicity, living with the divine, manifesting the divine love, manifesting the divine career, job, abundance, overflowing, and health, divine health. I'm fairly healthy, but there's some like inflammation in the lungs. I have allergies. The right knee has been acting up a little.
All right, so I want you to put your attention on divine perfection in your life.
Divine perfection?
Divine perfection. And you need to slow down a little bit and just go sit down. Make sure you have your glass of water with you.
Okay.
All right, so what I'm doing is I'm setting up the source for now. I am sharing the screen. Now you need to really just clear your mind so I can intuitively just kind of pick up exactly what you want. You need to clear it just a little bit more. There's a lot of emotional pain running through you. A lot. All right, one more quick adjustment and we're ready to rock and roll. Okay. Again, the only thing that's required of you is where you put your attention, this manifestation will go. Okay, now we have the collective crowd. We have a huge crowd watching the show tonight, and they're all going to be helping with this, okay? But it's really up to you. So crystal clarity in your head. Part of the key of manifestation is utilizing your five senses, anyone that applies to that manifestation, okay? You ready?
Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Put your attention on the target water. Source 4 is now running through the stages. We're pre-nucleating. Just keep holding that thought intention of the manifestation you want to bring. We're setting up the light paths. And now we are nucleating your water with your manifestation. 8. Now you go ahead and you drink as much of that water as you want. I want you to tell us about the taste and the texture of it. And I want you to sit back and relax and allow the light paths to come out of the body and describe them to us, please.
The only thing I'm seeing is blue.
Tell me about the taste and the texture of the water,
The
please.
taste, okay, the water feels, let me take another sip. This one tastes kind of like a little bit like minerals.
Kind of like castor oil, maybe?
Not castor oil.
Sonia, right?
Yes.
All right, well, here's the deal. We need to move on, but I want you to keep in touch with me over the week and tell me how this manifests for you. And we'll bring you back on live next week or the week after to kind of talk about your experience, okay?
You got it, and I'm going to replay this.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. This was awesome. Thank you.
Bye-bye. God, I had about 100 phone calls after that. Beep, beep. I'm like, ugh. And I really had given out that number. Actually, this is the business line, so that's okay. I don't have my cell phone number out on the internet anymore.
Yay. Hey, we have a question. Donna wants to know, can Tom's work improve vision? Tom?
No. I've not perfected scalar energy to that point, so I would have to say no. I won't even go there yet.
And I think it's all about pathogens. Is that correct, Tom?
That's correct. That's the center point of my work right now. Do I think scalar energy can improve vision eventually? Yes, once I understand it in a fuller capacity.
Here's an idea for you. You take a person that has imperfect eyesight, whatever, they got to wear glasses. You take a picture of them, you put it in your machine, and you do what you do utilizing phi. And you can create nutrients in the body, you can eradicate, you can get rid of pathogens in the body. Then you create that vortex we were talking about to do a reverse aging on their eyes and watch what may or may not happen.
Yes. That's the potential of scalar energy.
But that's thinking outside the box.
To correct.
That's what we try and get people to do all the time. People are so conditioned by everything. I can't do this because it's not possible. But when people as yourself and myself develop technology, I don't look at it through conditioned eyes. I look at it from a childlike mind, right?
Yes, it is possible. It's just a matter of time, and we will understand more, and we will do it. We will do it. It's simply a matter of time.
Right on. This is very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Yes, it is.
All right, should we do another live somebody? This is fun.
Very fun.
What do you guys think? We got I don't know, 10 minutes left. Should we pull somebody else back in?
Oh, we should always pull someone back in. Do you want me to check to see if we have any more photos?
Sure.
Okay. So while I'm checking,
what about if I send a picture of my hairy armpit? Can you help me with that?
Yeah, no.
We'll abstain from that. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, Donna, do we got any more questions out there?
We do, and I'm going back to Facebook. I think we broke Facebook because it just started spinning, so I had to jump out. So I'm going to go back in there.
We have to get Jeff Price to research some type of technology, so all the questions and answers can go into one basket. So you hear that, Jeff? I know you're listening. And when I come and visit you, you're not going to be happy. But we need some tech so it all goes into one basket.
Well, no, but we asked something different of folks. I asked people to like the MDM page in Facebook, the Modern Day Mystic Facebook page, for a couple of reasons. But I want them to put their picture in there for Tom. So
I'm very ADD, so I'm like all over the roadmap anyway. So,
so I want to see the pictures that people have sent in, because what I absolutely love about this is that people are responding to this And, you know, Tom, you're absolutely right. You know, talking about getting things out into the world, this is going to be one of those powerful shows where people are going to watch it over and over and over again. And they're going to be reaching out to you, Tom. They're going to be reaching out to Peter. So I'm very, very excited about that. And let's just check to see. Let's see who's, okay, here we go. Okay, we did Jackie already. I'm sorry. I see Jackie's picture. Pretty picture, Jackie. Thank you. Let's see if we have another one that.
And Don, I want you to give them my private email address so I can correspond with them over the next month.
You got it. Put it out there. Oh, you're well. You don't want to put that out there. Sorry.
Yeah, you. After the show, you just reach out to them and give them my email.
You know what, folks? You know what? If you reach out to me on the Modern Day Mystic, email Donna at moderndaymistic.com. I will send you Tom's email, and we'll get you also caught up on MDM things. Let me just put a plug in real quick about MDM. We are doing some amazing things. You guys need to really make sure that you are connected with us on our newsletter. We even have a radio show. So, folks, we've got so many things happening here that definitely stay connected with us. So, again, Donna at moderndaymistic.com, and I will get you Tom's email and also get you on the mailing list. All right. Let me try. I get on my iPad. I think we seriously broke the Modern Day Mystic page. It's gone.
I can't get on it either.
You can't get on it either?
No.
You're
Okay.
flooded. You're flooded with inquiries around the world.
Exactly.
You're both famous now.
Right? Wow. I'm trying, folks.
I can't get on it either. It's definitely broke. Oh, wait.
Did you find the picture?
Okay, I'm on it. There's a Julie Thompson.
Is Julie? Did she send the picture in?
Yeah. Hang on.
Keep wanting me to refresh, and I'm like,
Can you see that?
can you see the? Let's see.
Can you see that?
I can't see it. Put it up again. Did you do a screen share?
Yeah. Hang on. Let me do a screen share. Can you see it?
No, not yet.
All right, one more time.
Not yet. No.
There, infinity.
Ooh, that hurt my eyes. You know what? Just mail your picture to Donna. Donna, what's the email address they can get it to you at?
Donna at moderndaymistic.com. I will get that over to Tom, the first one that does it. Okay, that picture. And again, also please send me your email, and I will forward that on to Tom, and he'll get back in touch with you.
Okay.
How about a quick sweep in YouTube to see what questions we have? If not, we can wind down on this energy-filled show.
Wind down? Not possible. Not after having guests like Tom on.
I know, right?
It's a pleasure. I've enjoyed myself.
Good.
If you can envision, we've thrown a rock into the pond, and we see the ripples now just emanating from that initial strike.
That's old school. We dropped a nuclear device in there.
I like the ripple. We're definitely, look, the ripple gets wider and wider and wider and wider and wider.
Yes.
I like the evaporation.
Okay, let me do it one more time. The folks, okay. Chico, send me an email, okay? Just Donna at moderndaymistic.com. All right, folks, I am not I've done a sweep, and I'm not seeing any more questions. And folks, if you have a question, you need to email it to me because we're going to go off the air pretty soon, and you'll still be watching because you're going to be behind us with the internet. You're a little bit behind us. So don't get upset if your question is not answered. Just send me the email, donna@moderndaymistic.com. Okay. All right. Tom, can you give us another shout out? How do we connect with you one more time?
Sure. The easiest way is through my
website,
selfhealgo.com. Visit the website. We have a phone number. If you have any questions, you can leave me a voicemail. I will return your voicemail. Familiarize yourself with what I'm doing. The website is really the center point of my work. Hopefully, again, within the next year or so, you will see this blossom. And if this is the first time you've heard of scalar energy and its application, it certainly will not be the last time. You will see that my prediction probably will come true within the next year or so. Scalar energy will be embraced, and the world will see that we have the cure for tuberculosis, we have the cure for malaria, and they're going to take this seriously. And scalar energy will someday be the norm. Scalar energy will be the accepted and preferred energy of the world. It's going to change society, and today we are moving towards that. Our interview tonight was that first step to initiating the world to scalar energy. Donna, thank you. Peter, thank you.
You're very welcome. And you know what? I just have one, and I apologize for this. Just a quick thought that popped into my head. So a real quick question to you, Tom. Do you ever work on anyone in person? I know the need is. I know you don't have to, but do you ever do that?
No, I never do, because I live in Florida, and people have never really requested to come to see me. It's much easier by way of a photograph. It's simple. You don't have to get on a plane and travel to visit me. But to answer your question, no, I don't treat people in person. I could, but it's never really presented itself.
It just might. Okay. All right. Look, my wheels are turning. All right. We need to shut it down, you guys. It is late on the East Coast.
Yeah, just hang on. I want to just go over a couple quick things.
Yeah.
Again, folks, we have a 40% off Aquaware for the next 3 days. The coupon code in the store is OFF40, OFF40. Navitas 4 will be on the website within the next 3 days, ready to rock and roll. It's a free download. Distribute it any way you see fit through whatever social media channels you want to. And again, the 12th Project 4.0 will be ready to go, I think the first week in November. Donna, we're going to debut it?
Yes.
Okay, so as we get a little bit closer, we'll nail down that date. Tom, you're an amazing person. Thank you for coming on the show. Awesome technology. Just great conversation, man. It was this was definitely a home run tonight. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you both. Thank you both. I've enjoyed myself. Thank you. And thank the audience.
Donna, thank you. And of course, everyone listening to the MDM show, thank you, and have a good night.
Thank you, everyone. Big shout out to David Shear for bringing Tom here. And of course, next week we have Sue Mount from Living Waters. And we will see you guys all next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Good night, everyone.
Good night. God bless everyone.